Hello, welcome to the Lake Fork Bass Fishing Report. I'm Lance Vick, and we're going to go over the current Lake Fork conditions and how we're catching them. We're definitely in pre-spawn, and the fishing is extremely good. We've had 2 over 9 and an 8 and 3 or 4 7s in this last week and a half. So the fishing's been really good, and there's been some double digits caught. First thing I want to go over are some of the ways that I choose what lures I'm going to fish this time of the year, and it can change daily or hourly from the morning time till the afternoon time. First, our water temp is our dictator of what lure choice we're going to make. Okay, starting with the coldest water, say 48 degrees to 51 degrees, the jerk bait bite is on. The Lucky Craft, this SP, had a gentleman today, Bruce Badley out of Kansas City, catch a 9.2 on it. So when the water gets cold, or early in the morning, when it's 49 and it's rising up to maybe say 52 degrees, I'm going to choose a jerkbait. Now, Lake Fork just recently received a lot of rain. We received a lot of water in the lake. So most of the creeks have been what I call blown out in mud. The green, the beautiful green Lake Fork water has turned to mud. So I'm not fishing those areas right now until the mud lays down. The fish are back there, but they're going to be shut down for a little while. Also, along with that rain was a big cold front. And when you have that cold front, I usually generally go out more towards the main lake and look for hydrilla on kind of deeper banks. So I'm finding clear water, so that's when I'm going to go to my jerkbait. I'm really looking at points and grass lines that are leading back into spawning flats. But when the water gets real cold and you have a big cold front and you have a high blue sky, the jerkbait can really save your day. It did for us today. Yesterday we tried fishing some of the stuff when we were catching them on spinnerbaits and chatterbaits, and we didn't catch many fish, but we went to the pointer today and we had about 19 fish today, with the 9.2 is the biggest. So a jerkbait can really save your day when the water is 48 to say 51 degree temperature. Now, when the water rises up, temperature wise during the day, that's when you can go to the next bait in the temperature scale is a rattling bait. This cotton cordell spot, there's all kinds of great rattle baits on the market now. But when the water is usually about 49 to, again, 52, the rattle baits will really work. And you can use this in the off-colored water along with the clear water. But all around, great lure choice when the water is below, I'm saying 53 degrees. So again, you're looking for creek channel bends, swings with hydrilla, shorelines with hydrilla leading back to spawning flats, and points. You're going to work your rattle baits into the grass, let them ball up in the grass and work it. I mean, I work it like a worm sometimes, really slow on the high pressure days. Now when it's really windy, I'll go to a 3/4 ounce rattle bait, and you can work them a little faster and get them just crank, and but you'll still want to stay in contact with the grass, but you can crank it a little faster. That's your rattle baits. Now, when the water temperature gets around between 53 and 56 degrees this time of year, and I'm in, say, some water, stained water, or I'm in a lot of heavy cover, that's when I'm going to go to the spinnerbait and the chatterbait. These have been very productive for us this last week and a half. We've had a 9.15 on the chatterbait, an 8.3, and 3 over 7, and we've just had some slot fish on the spinnerbaits. Good spinnerbaits. Now, the spinnerbait and the chatterbait, I'm using them in the heavier cover, a little bit shallower water, say in the backs of the creeks, before it got blown out with mud. But it wasn't real clear water. It was just the not cloudy mud water. But the spinnerbaits really are effective when the water temperature is 53 to 56 degrees. Okay, now my favorite time, and it's been happening, is when the water gets above 50 degrees. Soft stick bait like the Grande Bass rattlesnake. This bait has been saving me, getting me a lot of bites and a lot of good fish. The watermelon red has just been an unbeatable color. I'm just throwing this on a extra wide gap heavy gauge hook. The size and the profile and the action of this lure have really been putting a lot of fish in the boat for me. Now, fishing this amongst grass and stumps in the spawning areas, fishing it slow, but when the water gets to 54 degrees, every time I pick this up and I'm in 54 degree water, I'm catching fish. 54 to 56 degree water. So, now, I haven't been flipping much, but this is the time of year when you could catch real giants flipping a jig and crawl, or a jig and cannibal, or you can be flipping soft plastics. Okay, you're going to want to flip these soft plastics around stumps, docks, around spawning areas, around the drop-offs. Creek channel edges are real important. So, this report, we've been catching between 10 and 25 fish a day on the good days. Now, the day when after the rain, we only had 4 fish. It was really extremely tough, but it took moving out to the clearer water and the more main lake water to really get bit on the pointer today. So keep this in mind, and I hope this Lake Fork fishing report helps you catch more fish on your next trip to Lake Fork.